Breaking news, I have an exclusive interview with the lawyer of the process server that was arrested for allegedly jumping over Travis Kelce's property to allegedly serve Taylor Swift deposition papers in regards to the Blake Lively versus Justin Baldoni case. Right off the bat, I do want to debunk something that Casey Starr had posted yesterday. They stated, quote, in an email to the Star, Christopher Scott, Fisher's attorney, said Fisher had been hired by an attorney to serve Taylor Swift as part of a legal dispute between actors Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively. I did confirm from Chris Scott that that is not what he said. This is an inaccurate statement and just a misunderstanding from the Star's conversation with him. This is not what he said. From what I've been told, the Star is going to put out a correction, so stay tuned for that. Now for my interview with Chris. The first question I asked him was, why didn't the agency that Justin worked for represent him in this case if it was work-related? So he stated that Justin is actually an independent contract. So he has an independent contract with this third-party agency. So that's why they didn't represent him per se, but he was told that they paid for all of the legal expenses. The question we're all asking, why 2 a.m.? And what I can tell you is that the 2 a.m. situation was not the first attempt. That's all I can tell you. I asked Chris if he could clarify whether Justin jumped over the fence or if he walked through the open gate. What I was told was Justin doesn't agree with the allegations that he jumped over the fence. He states and goes by the statement that he walked through the open gate. Now, so I asked him, was the gate a gate that normally is supposed to be locked? And I did get that clarification. It's just like those normal closed gate communities where someone has to let you in and unlock the gate. But in this situation, the gate was open. So he was able to walk through freely. I do also want to note that he mentioned that there were no signs that mentioned no trespassing. So I asked, if Justin felt that he was innocent, why did he agree to the diversion program? And Chris stated that the diversion program was the most favorable outcome when they considered the pros and cons. So because he's doing this program, he, remains, as long as he's remaining law abiding and stays away from the address and stays away from the people involved, he's all good and he can keep his licensing and everything's fine. The cons, if he didn't do this, would be, hey, you're going to have to go to court longer. That's time, resources, money, and the higher possibility of him losing his license. And that is the ultimate, he cannot have that gone. And because his livelihood is on the line, he's just like, okay, let's just get this over with, get this done. My last question for Chris was, how did Star Magazine get the exclusive? Did Justin tip them off? Does Justin know who tipped them off? What happened? Unfortunately, Chris doesn't know. He doesn't have the answer for us. He has no idea. So as of right now, we still don't know who gave Star Magazine the exclusive. Now, I did reach out to Doug myself. We'll see if he responds, but until then, we still don't know. What I found interesting about the Star Magazine situation was not only did Doug do the follow-up article about the situation, but he also said this. Star Magazine is now relying on court documents to write any follow-up articles about the situation. Where's your exclusive source? Why aren't they telling you what happened? Because they could tell you before anyone. Or is this to throw people off their tracks? Either way, it doesn't look good for Taylor when she's running from not one, but 2 lawsuits pertaining to exclusive information she has access to. To be clear, we do not know who hired the process server agency to serve any papers, and we don't know who the papers were being served to. We can guess, it was more than likely Taylor Swift, but there's still a possibility that it was also Travis Kelce. As always, this is all alleged, so take it with a grain of salt. Let me know what you guys think of all of this. Comment down below and follow me for more.